this.
Well, now the Crazy Frog, you're basically supporting it. It's going to keep thriving because it's paid.
True. I think speak to your partner.
Yeah, I
Nothing
agree.
wrong with that.
Speak to your loved one.
Yeah, just have a word. All right, let's go with Marcus now.
All right, so
Who have
this
you
is my
got?
turn. This is going to come from Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Have you seen the new Captain
I
Marvel?
have seen the movie Captain Marvel.
I don't know if she counts as an Avenger.
Does Ant-Man?
Yeah, kind of. Not
She's
really
in
either.
the-
You're right. I let that slide. You go for it, buddy.
Let's just say Marvel characters.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, what other females in Avengers?
Well, you can't say, like,
Besides
X-Men.
Black Widow.
I guess they're kind of like Avengers by proxy. Just do it. Who gives a shit?
They're an Avenger enough.
Well, you know what? We're not Avengers anymore. We're Marvel
They
characters.
avenge people, so
Yeah.
that's enough.
I mean, Captain Marvel, you know,
Yeah.
she has superpowers. Why not?
Captain.
Anyway, Captain Marvel writes in, any advice for dating a doctor?
Ooh, Doctor
Hi.
Strange? Is he an Avenger? He's in the
No.
Avenger.
They're like-
Damien's like, they're loosely
Like,
sure.
yeah, like they all fight with the Avengers. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not that married
They all
to
fight
it.
with?
Yeah,
They're like, no, you're not
Against?
in our
No,
club,
no,
though.
together.
Together. All right,
I mean,
anyway.
that arsehole's not going to stretch itself. They need all the help they can get.
Someone's gonna hold every cheek. That's
Right. Doctor Strange into a portal straight into that butthole. So
Wax on, wax off.
Slaps his buttons and jumps in there. That's
right.
Yeah, all right. Captain Marvel. Any advice for dating a doctor?
now I know what I call you, Doctor Strange.
He's a gastroenterologist. That's his doctor work.
Hi, I really like this guy, but he's a doctor, and I don't know how to act around him. I know, I try my best to be myself, but I always feel so nervous, like he's judging me the whole time, even though he's probably not. I'm the type of girl that always says something witty, but I always think that if I say something funny like that, then he'll think I'm not mature. I'm really shy, but really witty. Funny. But I feel like I should be confident, serious, smart robot when I'm around him. What do you think? What should I do? I really like his soul. He's a very sincere and caring person, and that makes me crazy. Should I turn down the wittiness and post less funny stuff on sites he sees, like Facebook, Twitter, etc.? Is that a turn off that a girl is a little funny?
Oh,
Captain Marvel.
She's a little funny, is she?
All right.
Is posting minion memes funny? Is it?
this is funny. I feel like I've done this in the past before. When you kind of know someone's occupation,
Yeah.
and you kind of I don't know.
Feel intimidated?
Yes,
You're
you get
above me.
Yes, you get it. Yeah.
Oh, you're better than me, are you? You went to school for 10 years.
Damien starts going, oh, is that right?
Start shoving him.
You think you're better than me?
Shoving him, you dating
He's done a couple of colonoscopies all of a sudden.
Doctor Strange himself.
But like I get that kind of you have
That threatened?
you have like a preconceived not threatened, it's more like you have a preconceived notion of someone, and especially with like a role like a doctor, you automatically there's an implication there that they're smart, right? They're book smart at least.
Very
Yeah.
committed as
Yes.
well. It's a big commitment to become a doctor.
And you don't want to seem like a dumbass to them, but you're also making assumptions. Like I've met, like my mum's worked at doctor surgeries. I've met plenty of goofy doctors.
Yeah.
They're not all straight laced and like I only say smart things and I smoke a pipe and you know, I do smart people things.
I always say, therefore.
Well, I date a doctor who has plenty of doctor friends.
I know why you picked it.
Yeah.
I picked
This is
this
perfect.
reason. I wanted to actually bring it when she was on an episode, but
Yeah.
I had this question for about 2 years now, so I'm like,
Sorry.
I'm
We've got to use it.
In your medical opinion, Marcus, how do you feel?
But the reason why I brought it up is because doctors want humor in their life. Like they don't want to be
good
thinking
point.
like they don't want to be thinking about like medical cases
Yeah.
time and time again. Granted, a lot of doctors date other doctors, so I'm sure they get it.
Yeah.
But the ones that don't, if they go out of that doctor sphere, I'm imagining that they just want to be lighthearted at home. They don't want-
Is that the impression you get from your
yeah,
girlfriend?
100%.
Because it's just like trauma all the time, so you need something.
She loves talking about like patients that she's seen and like cases that she sees. Not specifics, like I don't
Yeah,
want to get in
yeah,
trouble. But she just sort of talks about that, and it's just like, yeah, I'll listen to that.
Well, it's just like anything with work. People need to vent
Yeah,
and
they
like
need
let a little bit out and sort of just say, "Oh, this happened.
yeah,
Get off the chest.
But you need to be funny, like not
Yeah,
need
yeah.
to be funny, but if you're funny and witty, be that person because
Yeah.
they
So
really want that.
Does she find you like when she wants to have a serious conversation about work?
Yeah.
You're not like doing fart noises with your armpits and everything, being like,
No. When there's serious conversations to be had, I am serious.
You'll be
But
serious.
when there's not serious conversations to be had, I fart and make her laugh, and that's all great.
then maybe that's a good point to be like, yeah, you can be serious with them if it's worth being serious.
Yeah.
But obviously they're a person still too, and I think most people like to have a laugh, right?
Yeah.
Who doesn't like having fun?
Yeah, exactly. My other question I was going to bring to you guys is: do you guys feel in your relationships anyway, the weirdness, funny humor? Is it both ways? Is it one sided, or do you feel like I'm the funny one or she's the funny one? And
Damien's like, she's definitely. I'm the funny one.
I'm the class clown.
When she says something, you're like, sit down. That's enough out of you, Damien.
No, I think, like, to link it back to this question, right? If this person feels like they have to compromise their personality and not be themselves around this person, then that's not the relationship for you. But also, this guy doesn't sound like he's stifling that, which is what I love about my girlfriend. I say, some jokes I say are really fucking stupid, and I know I'm the only one who's going to find them funny, but my girlfriend will just be like, that was dumb. Like, she's like straight up, she's honest with me, but I appreciate that.
This ain't it.
hey, don't bring that to your stand-up show.
That wasn't it.
That wasn't it.
Oh, yeah, cool, make that.
And sometimes I'll make a joke and I'll be like, did you hear me? She's like, yeah, it just wasn't it just wasn't funny.
Is this thing on? She's tapping her head.
Start smacking her in the face.
Whoa, tough crowd.
But I appreciate that because I'm like, I want her to be honest with me. And like, I find that in my head, I'm like, I'll get her next time. I'll get her with the next joke, right?
She's making you strive to be funnier.
Yes, but also I respect her. I would say her boundaries in the sense that I will not keep going on with the joke if I know she doesn't find it funny. Right?
Yeah.
You know each other's limits, and you stay in that and keep each other comfortable.
You know what will offend her, and vice versa.
She's funny as well, but I would say in a dry way. That sometimes she'll make a joke that cracks me up and be like, "Where the fuck did that come from?" Like, God damn, that was funny.
It doesn't. It's like it's the surprise that gets you as well.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Like, I feel like I think my wife's very, very funny. I think we're funny in different ways, but she like kills me. Like, absolutely kills me. Sometimes she'll say something and I'll be like, "Oh, bro, that is fantastic."
That's the mother of my child.
That kills. And
she's the comedian.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever sort of taken any of her material. I'd like to.
It's not your humor, but it's her humor.
It's not my humor, but it's funny. Yeah, it's funny.
I also think though, surely you couldn't be in a relationship where if you like to be the funny one, if you're dating someone who you don't find funny, I can't imagine that'd be a great relationship, right? Because they're probably not going to say whatever you say is not going to land, and they're probably not going to crack much jokes.
I think you got to bounce off one another. That you got to laugh at one another. I think that's the key thing. I think my girlfriend's the funnier one out of the two of us. I laugh at her far more than I reckon she loves me.
Really?
But not because. Like, for any other reason. I think I make jokes and she laughs and all that, but I just think she cracks me up all the time.
But I think that's a good point. Maybe I laugh more like when not at my wife, but when she says stuff, then she does and I say something. I think she's just like, I've come to expect you to try and say funny things, so I'm not going to laugh at it.
Well, I'm glad we had this conversation because I've actually got both your partners here and I'm replacing the two of you with them.
They're the funny ones.
Because I want them to know the funny ones.
Right. This works out.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's it.
So what should we say to this person then? Like,
I think
if you've given your advice, like she's a doctor or she has doctor friends, do you try not to be, you don't look at them as like they're the doctors there.
Are you afraid to feel like to say anything stupid? Like
they say plenty stupy things, guys. So it's one of those ones where I'm like,
is your heart on your left or your right side?
I gotta feel with the giraffe heart.
I always forget.
But I always feel like with when I'm hanging out with the doctors that I can ask like they'll be talking doctor stuff and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I'll ask them flat out and they're more than happy
They probably enjoy that.
They enjoy it because they're just like, oh yeah, you don't know. Fair enough.
I find with this kind of stuff, where people have like specialized interests, I will only ask them questions about it. I will never make definitive statements because I reckon their inner monologue will be like, what a dumbass.
You don't know anything.
We were out with some friends recently and one of my friends works in advertising and we happened to run into, let's like at a bar, this older couple who'd been working advertising for like the last 50 years. And we were all asking conversations about it. And I realized my advertising friend was quite quiet the whole time. So asking them about like how the advertising sphere's changed from, 50 years ago to now, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
And as soon as they walked away, my advertising friend's like, man, I hated them. He's like, they were goddamn dinosaurs. Saying we should be working, 60-hour weeks and staying back for the company. He's like, fuck them. And he was so angry because like they were living by this old precedent.
And that's what I've heard because my wife works in advertising too. It's just like, I remember reading an article from some big guy in advertising who's like older. And he'd said like, people just don't have the commitment that they have before. It used to be that you would give everything for this and now they just want to spend time with their friends. Like, oh yeah, go figure. People want to have a life outside of their workplace. It's ridiculous.
And for us, like, we found it interesting because we're not a part of that world. But as my friend who's like living it every day, he was like, I know about this. And the shit they're saying is like, He's like, I wanted you guys to stop asking them questions because they were just saying so much dumb stuff. Sorry, man, we didn't know.
Yeah. And they're like, anyway, we've got to go back to work because we're so committed to advertising.
Yeah.
I guess it is. He did the right thing though by like sort of not being.
He stood out of it. He's like, I don't want to comment on this.
But yeah, and I try and avoid that as like I don't want to make assumptions. Like if I work for a game show, if people started giving me like advice on trivia and stuff, I kind of be like, man, I appreciate it, but also
I know what I'm doing.
Yes. Yeah. I've got the auto lane thing. You stay in your lane, I'll stay in my lane, and that's it.
I like hearing other people's advice on my top area of expertise because I'm like, that's not true at all. But I'm like, you believe whatever you want to believe.
You tick that box on your tax return. You ain't getting no money back.
But
don't worry about it.
Does that come up like once every 10 years because accounting's boring, Marcus?
Ooh. No,
Joe, that was mean. That's so mean.
I wasn't listening. Well, people talking about it happens every year, man. You do your tax return every fucking year. That's true. You fucking idiot.
Nobody cares about accountants. It's like, every July everyone cares about accountants.
Yeah, exactly. No, people ask like some questions. You can do whatever you want.
What's a tax return? No.
Oh boy, you're gonna start caring about accountants.
Oh shit, I'm gonna call Wesley Snipes. He's my tax guy.
One word of advice. I want to end this question.
Yeah.
Like I think we've given enough advice for it.
Yeah.
But one of the benefits of dating a doctor is you can give medical advice and say, I date a doctor. I know these things.
Oh, right. I
do that all the time.
No, trust me.
I date a doctor.
My girlfriend is a doctor.
You've got a verbal medical certificate.
Yeah. Marcus writing out scripts for people. People going to the chemist and they're like, this is not valid.
This doesn't work, Marcus. This doesn't work.
So don't
just prescribe me horny goat weed for my headache. What the hell?
What even is that?
Yeah.
Just say don't worry about it. They're people too.
I would say
doctors are people too.
Doctors are people too. Be your witty self. He probably loves it. Yeah. And just be yourself. You'll be right.
Be yourself in any instance. I think that's the most important thing.
And if he doesn't like that, it's got nothing to do with him being a doctor.
Yeah.
It's just his personality.
True. Yeah, true. All right, guess what, guys? That's all the time we have for the show. So we'll leave the questions there. But great questions brought to the table, as always. We're going to wrap the shop now. If you want to get in touch with us, you can email us at tqhpodcast@gmail.com. Send us any questions that you have, or if you just want to say hi, that's the place to do it. Otherwise, TQH Podcast on Facebook and Twitter. You should be able to find us there. Hit us up. We are also on iTunes, so rate, subscribe, leave a review. 5 stars would be great. And you can also listen to us on Spotify. So find us there and listen to the show and enjoy it. I think this is actually the most recent episode. We will need to remove the very first episode this week. Because we've hit our data cap on our hosting site, which is a great achievement for me.
Yes.
I think we've done really well considering we've made that many episodes. But episode 1 I don't think will be available as of this week.
Oh no.
So if there's any reason you wanted to listen to that episode and it's not there, just email us, tqhpodcast@gmail.com, and I will get it to you somehow.
Yes.
But until next week, guys, that's all the time we have for the show. Thank you to everyone out there for listening. Thank you, of course, to Marcus.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you to Damien.
Thank you.
And as we end every episode,
stay curious and do your taxes.